Yeah, end the turn. All right, and then before Rise of Sozin flips over, 5, 6, 7. I think we're going to create 9 copies of Rise of Sozin, which I think 36 cards we can remove from his library. So opponent would have just 8 cards left, and we know that he has a few Valorous Stance and Claws out. Of course, he has a few more lands as well. So yeah, guys, this was it. Opponent not the most competitive deck. I even got one of the Angels right there. All right, before it's our turn, let's go ahead and create a little fish. Our turn, create the token. We'll have that one resolve. And then this one can become Rise of Sozin. So 6, 7, 8, 9 copies of Rise of Sozin. Let's absolutely go ahead. We drew another one. Look at this, guys. Rise of Sozin, 9 of them on the battlefield, 2 of them in our hand. Insane. Gonna go ahead and wipe the board 10 times. We have 10 copies. And this one, it transforms into the creature. All right, opponent. I do feel a little bit bad. This is a budget gamer. I don't even remember all the cards. Heroic Reinforcement. Well, you do have 2 creatures right there. Okay. Opponent's cooking. He doesn't know. He doesn't know, though. Oh my gosh, guys. I feel bad for him. I do feel a little bit bad. Opponent thinks he might get us. Opponent. I'm sorry. Hey there, neighbor. Welcome to another MTG Arena Standard video, and today we are playing a Dimir mill deck, and it's not your typical mill. We're not playing with any Singularity Rupture or River Churn Monument. We're actually going to try and mill out the opponent with one single card, and that card is Rise of Sozin. This is a legendary enchantment from the Avatar set. I've been wanting to play with this card kind of for the entire Avatar set. I just never got around to it, and I think I found the perfect jank deck for you guys today. It comes down as an enchantment. Chapter 1 says destroy all creatures, which is pretty nice. And then Chapter 2 says choose a card name, search the opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for up to 4 cards with that name, and then exile them. So that's really the chapter that we want to hit. And the way that we're going to kind of do this with one single card, it is cheating a little tiny bit, but we're going to be using a new card from the Lorwyn Eclipsed set. It looks like such an insanely fun card to build around. I will definitely be playing a more competitive version with this card in the future, but that card is Mirrorform. At instant speed, we can choose a non-land permanent we control, and then every other non-land permanent becomes a copy of that permanent. So basically what that means, we need to have a lot of permanents on the battlefield, and then we can have all of them become Rise of Sozin. And I think how it will work, I think we'll actually have to wait a full turn for the enchantment, Saga token to be put on it. So then it will destroy all creatures, and then another turn cycle later, then we'll get the Chapter 2 to pop off again. Hopefully we have 4 or 5, maybe even 6 permanents that we can transform into Rise of Sozin. Of course, 6 times 4 is 24 cards that we would get to take out of the opponent's library then. So it might be kind of hard to mill them in one shot, but we can effectively just remove every single creature card or just their win condition from their deck. Super, super janky. But yeah, with Mirrorform, like I said, we want a lot of permanents that we want to be able to transform into Rise of Sozin. So when you look at our 1 and 2 mana slot, all of these are permanents. Spyglass Siren, it's a permanent creature. It creates a map token. That is another permanent that could transform into Rise of Sozin. Grim Bauble for a little bit of removal. Target creature gets -2/-2. This is a permanent on the battlefield. It can also become Rise of Sozin. Cryogen Relic, draw us a card. It can become Rise of Sozin. Bandit's Talent, go ahead and make the opponent discard a card. Can become Rise of Sozin. Nowhere to Run, such a good removal card. Flash it in at instant speed. This enchantment says a creature gets -3/-3, so a little bit of removal for us. And again, this permanent can become Rise of Sozin. Obsessive Pursuit, this is a great one because this enchantment enters, and every single turn we do lose 1 life. That part a little bit dicey, but we create a clue token, and again, those clue tokens can become Rise of Sozin. Got the Soul Stone, or the Terminus of Return as it's known, and through the Omen Path set, this 2 mana Mana Rock can help us accelerate our mana a little bit by tapping to add black mana, which is really nice because if we get this down on turn 2, then we can maybe play Rise of Sozin on turn 5. And then stock up just for a little bit of card draw, Deadly Cover Up just to keep the board clear. If the opponent does go with a really wide board state, we do want to be able to wipe the board. So yeah, that's kind of it. It is a jank deck. I can imagine that if we do pull it off, no one is going to stay around for Rise of Sozin to pop off to the Chapter 2 and then have us, take 20 cards out of their library. If an opponent does let us do that, then they're of course awesome for that. But another really good black card that I think fits pretty nicely in this deck is the Rottenmouth Viper for 6 mana. We get a 6/6 when it enters. Opponent has to either discard a card or lose 4 life or sacrifice a creature. Yeah, sacrifice a non-land permanent, so better than a creature, or discard a card or lose 4 life. It gets like a blight counter on it, or what does it say exactly? Yeah, it enters with a blight counter, and then when it attacks, it also gets a blight counter as well. But you can reduce the cost, the 6 mana cost, by sacking any. What does it say? You may sacrifice non-land permanents. So again, all of these can help reduce the cost of Rottenmouth Viper. And if we do have a Rottenmouth Viper on the battlefield, well, we can also have all of these permanents become a Rottenmouth Viper as well. So if you want a really competitive version of this deck, I think the Rottenmouth Viper is the one that you want to go with. But like I said, I kind of wanted to go full jank mode for you guys with Mirrorform. I know quite a few other people are playing with Mirrorform, and they're going with more competitive decks. Like I said, I'll definitely be playing with this card in the future as well. I'll try and build my own pretty competitive version with it as well. But today, it's all about the memes. So yeah, enough talking. Let's just jump into the games and see if Sozin's Mirror can get us a victory. I'll see you guys there. All right, guys, we get to go first. We do have the Rottenmouth Viper win with the Mirrorform, of course, if we can work our way up to it. But yeah, let's hope we can find Sozin, but I'll try and get a win with the Rottenmouth Viper as well. We're playing against Switch. Is it the OG Switch, or is it the Switch 2? 4th land drop? I don't think I'll say no to a land drop right now. Can get down Obsessive Pursuit. Infestation Sage, that's fine. Obsessive Pursuit. Gonna go ahead and create them permanents for us. Can also use those to sack them to get out the Rottenmouth Viper. We'll have 3 lands next turn. I think honestly we'll be able to play the Rottenmouth Viper next turn. Kind of crazy. Not sure I would want to pull the trigger on that one just yet. I think honestly a stock up better play. On goes with the Bitter Bloom. That's fine. Grim Bauble's pretty nice. And honestly, I think just another land. Create the token. Next turn, we can remove the Bitter Bloom and maybe the Infestation Sage. Definitely get rid of Bitter Bloom. That's a really good creature. Opponent punches in for 2, and we do take another point of damage right there. Nowhere to run. Bitter Bloom can get a nice little -3. Grim Bauble. I'm going to go ahead and bobble that one. Let's give the Infestation Sage. Yeah. And you know what? Maybe we will just play the Rottenmouth Viper. Play it for 1. Would have to sack all those. Nah. We'll actually hold. We will hold. Opponent going to go ahead and destroy our land. That's fine, because we do play a few basics. We'll get a blue source, sure. Have all the colors we need. I think in one single turn, if he doesn't have a kill spell, well, I was going to say we could go Rottenmouth Viper, but we would have to sack a lot of our permanents. But I was going to say if we have 7 mana, then we could play Rottenmouth for 1. We would have to sack a lot of these and then go with Mirrorform on it right away, but then we may not have too many permanents. So Bloodghast, that one does come back every turn, and it comes back with haste when we're at 10 life or less, which we will be basically next turn. So that's kind of scary. Oh... I mean, I guess we try and get down the Rottenmouth Viper. 2, 4, 5. I just need to sack one of them. I'm just worried that he has a kill spell. I mean, he is playing mono black, so wow, opponent scooped it up. I have no idea why. I guess he didn't have the kill spell. Oh, that is unfortunate. But guys, next turn, I'm assuming he didn't have the kill spell. Next turn, we'd have 6 mana. We'd create another permanent, so that's 4 right there, plus 2 is 6, plus that one. We could create 7 copies of the Rottenmouth Viper. They, of course, would all enter with the Blight counter on them. And what's cool about Mirrorform is these permanents are already on the battlefield, so the copies of the Rottenmouth Viper that they become do not have summoning sickness, so they enter with the Blight counter. Opponent has to discard cards or lose 4 life, and then they can all attack right away, and then we'd have 2 counters on, I believe, 8 Rottenmouth Vipers attacking. Let's go, GG. All right, guys, opponent gets to go first. Yeah, I will keep this hand just because Obsessive Pursuit can create a lot of those tokens for us. Opponent, did they just take him double mulligan? That's kind of a yikes. Might be looking for a combo deck. Maybe just looking to get Badgermole Cub turn 2 into an Ouroboros turn 3. So Grim Bauble will be pretty nice. If the opponent is even here. 2, 4, yeah, double mulligan. Double mulligan. Double mully. This island looks so sick. John Avon. Huge props to that artist right there. Come on, opponent. It's turn 0. Play a land. And do nothing. So I can get down Watery Grave for free, which I'm really happy about. And then we can get down Grim or Terminus and maybe Grim Bauble. Opponent kept a 1-lander. That is too funny, my boy. Day of Black Sun is actually really nice. If he does play any creatures, I mean, it's just going to be 1 mana right here. Okay, he did his land drop. Create 2 goblin tokens. We do have 3 mana, which is all we need. Oh, there's Mirrorform. Guys, we got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Go ahead and remove that 1 goblin right there. Don't really care too much about that. I just like having a permanent on the battlefield. And this is 4 mana. This will be 5. So 1 more land, which, I mean, we know we're not drawing next turn, but then we can hit them with the Rise of Sozin. Opponent is a Boros gamer. Interesting. Is it a Goblin Boros deck? Create that one, treasure token, and you know what? I think we will just go with Grim Bauble right now. I want to find that land. Rise of Sozin, don't need it. And there is the land. So, yeah, guys, this is going to be awesome. We're going to have so many copies because this one's creating 2 more. I think it can create 3 more for us. This turn right now. Create 4 doggo tokens. Big doggo energy. Bat, big smack. It's our turn. Lose 1 life. You know what? This one can come in on black. How about a nice juicy Day of Black Sun? Pretty sure you can do this for 0 mana, but just to be safe, we'll do it for 1. Get those tokens out of here. And we'll just have our Obsessive Pursuit. We're going to create so many copies of Rise of Sozin. Guys, this is going to be hilarious. This is going to be awesome because this is already 5 copies that we're making. Resolute Reinforcements. Let's go. You got it, buddy. I have a feeling he's going to scoop up the game right now because he does just have 1 card in hand. Oh, guys, that's another thing with this deck is when you are able to pull it off, opponents just scoop it up, which, I mean, I don't really blame him. All we have done is kill spell, discarded a kill spell, and we're going to go with a kill spell this turn as well. So, it is unfortunate. It is unfortunate, but I'm pretty sure he's scooping it up. 3, 6. Yeah, I think we'd be able to create 7 copies of Rise of Sozin, plus this original one popping off on Chapter 2. So that's 8 cards we can name, so that's 32 cards we can remove from his deck. So he'd be left with 18 cards left. I think a lot of them might be lands. I wonder if he has a draw spell or 2. I mean, he's playing white. Could have some enchantment removal. That is a possibility. That is definitely a possibility. That is definitely a possibility. Opponent maybe even just hit us with the salty rope right now. No, he is here. So I think we do go with Rise of Sozin. And, I mean, I pray. You need to pray with me, guys. Hope that the opponent stays in for it. Hope that he stays in for it. I mean, he did allow this to go through. He didn't scoop it up. All right, and then what do we name? I think we named the Release the Dogs. Release the Doggos. One's a land. One does gain 1 life. Yes. All right. Release. That's R. There it is. Let's take a gander at what he's working with. Ooh, yeah, see, so that's a dead card in his hand. I don't know if he's playing 4 of them. Let's see. He has 1 more Release the Dogs. Claws out will also do nothing. So, Sarah Angel. I might need to write some of these creature cards down. Seer Allen, Felidar Savior. I think this opponent's a budget gamer. I do feel a little bit bad. Heroic Reinforcements. Name that one. Dawning Marshal. Valor's Stance. Okay. Release the Dogs. Sarah Angel is the next one that we're going to have to go ahead and name. For right now, I think we can just create a fish token on the opponent's turn. Yeah, end the turn. All right, and then before Rise of Sozin flips over, 5, 6, 7. I think we're going to create 9 copies of Rise of Sozin, which I think 36 cards we can remove from his library. So opponent would have just 8 cards left, and we know that he has a few Valorous Stance and Claws out. Of course, he has a few more lands as well. So yeah, guys, this was it. Opponent not the most competitive deck. He even got one of the Angels right there. All right, before it's our turn, let's go ahead and create a little fish. Our turn. Create the token. We'll have that one resolve. And then this one can become Rise of Sozin. So 6, 7, 8, 9 copies of Rise of Sozin. Let's absolutely go. And we drew another one. Look at this, guys. Rise of Sozin, 9 of them on the battlefield, 2 of them in our hand. Insane. Gonna go ahead and wipe the board 10 times. We have 10 copies. And this one, it transforms into the creature. All right, opponent. I do feel a little bit bad. This is a budget gamer. I don't even remember all the cards. Heroic Reinforcement. Well, you do have 2 creatures right there. Okay. Opponent's cooking. He doesn't know. He doesn't know, though. Oh my gosh, guys. I feel bad for him. I do feel a little bit bad. Opponent thinks he might get us. Opponent. I'm sorry. All right, Heroic Reinforcements and Sarah Angel. Yeah, it is 9 copies. 9 copies. All right, opponent, you're going to have basically no deck left. I think you're just going to have a couple of lands. I think you're just going to have a couple of lands. I'm sorry, buddy. The one was, I already forgot the card name, Sarah Angel. All right, this might take a moment. Maybe I'll speed this part up. Sarah Angel. Let's look at your library. One of them, Seer Allen, Felidar Savior. All right. SYR. Uh-oh. All right, I think looking at his deck kind of tells us there. I forgot that guy's name. The Lion's Claw. All right. The Lion's Claw is who we have to get rid of next. All right, this part, yeah, probably is boring for you guys. You guys can let me know. I mean, yeah, I think you guys definitely have to leave a like for that. He has Cranko. Mob Boss is who we're naming next. This guy's playing with a lot of one-ofs, which is interesting. Cranko is K, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There he is. Cranko. It's cranking time, guys. Heroic Reinforcements. Crusader of Audric. All right, the Crusader is next. There he is. Heroic Reinforcement. Dauntless Veteran is a creature as well. Dauntless Veteran. All right, I think we can agree, guys, most opponents don't play this many, like, one-ofs and two-ofs. Prideful Parent. All right. I think we had to get the heroic intervention, or heroic reinforcements first. All right, what's next? Prideful Parent. Dawning Marshal. Dawning Marshal should be right here. All right, how many more are there? Prideful Parent, Resolute Reinforcements, Axeguard Cavalry. Well, did we actually remove anything? I mean, we have 2 more Rises of Sozin, which is pretty funny. Axeguard Cavalry we can name. Prideful Parent is next. Wow, we actually weren't able to remove everything. Oh my gosh, it is just because he's playing with a bunch of one-ofs, so I think we have to do it to him. I'm sorry, opponent. But this is only... Prideful Parent is who we have to name. Look at how many different creatures we got rid of from this guy's deck. And the opponent is still sticking in it, so this guy, he's like, I got him down to 6 HP. I got him down to 6 HP. That's not a creature. That is a creature. Can pull a few creatures back from his graveyard. All right, opponent might be giving us the salty rope. I'm a little bit... Like I said, I do feel a little bit bad. This guy definitely is playing a budget deck. 100% a budget deck. It looks like everything actually is from the Foundation set. I didn't even notice that. Not a fully budget deck, because he does have a Cranko. Crank time. All right, opponent. Thanks for letting me showcase this at least. I'm surprised he stuck through all 9 of those. That is kind of wild. And yeah, he still has Prideful Parent and something else. So, I mean, how wild is that? That 10 copies. This is technically the 11th one because he even removed one of them earlier. 10, yeah, 11 copies of Firelord Sozin was not enough to remove all the creature cards from this guy's library. All right. And Rise of Sozin does transform into Firelord Sozin, I believe, right? Oh, it's the Terminus of Return. Burst Lightning deals 4 damage. Hold up, guys. Do we name Burst? I think we named Burst Lightning then. I didn't even notice that. All right, so he has Burst Lightning. Prideful Parent is still 1 more creature type. Resolute Reinforcements. The Dragon Fodder. The Vanguard. And the Savannah Lions. I think that's 5. Plus the Fanatical Firebrand. This is honestly kind of crazy. The opponent might be able to beat us. Does he have any creatures that gain life? I don't think so. Wow. That honestly is pretty wild. Oh my gosh, it didn't even flip over. All right, this one's going on black. And I guess we can create the fish token. All right, guys, 1 HP in a dream. It's down to the little fish. Guess I should have maybe gone with this Rise of Sozin. All right, there's the Vanguard. Definitely going to go ahead and eat a Nowhere to Run. The Relic is pretty nice. Grim Bauble can remove a creature. Yeah. Normally, guys, that it's not supposed to happen like this. So yeah, it's the beatdown with the fish and Firelord Sozin. He has no more burn spells. That is pretty wild. All right, just a land for us, but that's fine. This can only create a treasure token, which, I mean, maybe we draw another Mirrorform. That is a possibility. We'll go ahead and punch in. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do this for 8, right? And then we can pull back a few creatures. Take action. Oh, I guess I could use that treasure token. We'll take you, and well, we lose the resolute reinforcements, so we'll get rid of the fanatical firebrand, and we will take the resolute reinforcements. All right, so I think we got the opponent next turn. That's 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 13 damage. Opponent doesn't have any more burn spells, so man, we got there in the end. Props to the opponent for staying in there. Like I said, I think did I say that at the start of this game? Maybe it was in a different game, but oftentimes when you do have the combo like we did, opponents will just scoop it up, because to get up to that point, you do need to wipe the board a little bit, which we did. And yeah, opponents don't want to sit through 9 Firelord Sozin tokens, just looking through their entire library. So huge props to this opponent. Do feel a little bit bad because he is playing a budget deck, but even with 11 copies of Firelord Sozin, that was not enough to get rid of every single threat from this guy's deck. Insane. GG, though. All right, guys, we get to go first. I'm keeping this hand just because we do have the full combo, even though I would normally recommend not keeping this type of hand. This is kind of crazy. Nowhere to Run is a really nice draw. I will pay 2 life just in case we need to shock it in. Just in case we need to shock it in. And it is the Healer's Pigeon. So mono white life gain, that's fine. I don't think we'll need to shock it in for that creature. We're looking to hit more of an Ajani or Essence Channeler, just something that grows out of control way too quickly. Then we could get Fountainport down. We can create treasure tokens with it, which can, of course, help us cast Rise of Sozin. Inspiring Overseer. I'm not too worried about that one. Taking 1 damage for right now. I think we hold. Find another land drop. Not necessarily what we're looking for, but yeah, next turn, 4 mana, and then tap this when we can create those treasure tokens then. So this might be the game, guys. Hold on to your cheeks. This might be the game. I don't want to call it early. Opponent's probably going to have a Planeswalker or something that this deck just isn't really super well equipped to deal with. And there he is, Mr. Ajani himself, into the Sanctifier. Opponent definitely sequenced that wrong. You should always play the Sanctifier first, and then play Ajani, because Sanctifier says whenever a creature enters, you gain 1 life. So, not that it mattered in this case, but, I mean, those are just the small plays you can think about for any of you guys that might be playing mono white life gain, or just any other decks that you might be playing. You definitely want to think about your sequencing. So that's fine. It's our turn. Rottenmouth Viper. We're just going to create the treasure token. We are just going to create that treasure token. Boop, boop, boop. The Vanguard. Don't really care too much about that. 2, 4. Then we will have 6 mana, but we'd only have 2 permanents to copy with Mirrorform. I mean, ideally, we want a little bit more than that. So the question is, do we keep taking a beating? That creature gets +1. Honestly, guys, this might sound a little bit crazy, but I think we'll take another beating for another turn. I don't think we'll pull Rise of Sozin just yet. Create that little treasure token. We're down to 10. We are down to 10. Let's see. 2, 4, taking 6 damage next turn. Might play a creature. No creature from the opponent. He could have a Sheltered by Ghosts. So, yeah. Honestly, I think we're just going to create another treasure token. Then pull Rise of Sozin, and then hit them with the Mirrorform. Because then we would at least get 3 more copies of Rise of Sozin, which again, I don't think is enough to actually win the game. 3 copies is a little bit on the low side. This is instant speed, though, so I think we could maybe wait. All right, opponent, what are you doing? I know for sure you have Sheltered by Ghosts. Sheltered by Goats. Not that there have been any good targets for you to hit. What else could you have? Mono white. Could have a Get Lost. Could have a Get Lost. What else could you have? Could have some board wipes. Day of Judgment. I know that's kind of crazy, but you do see it every once in a while. He is highlighting his creature. Angelic Destiny. Creature gets +4 and flying 5. Are we just dead? I think this is 10 damage on the dot. Who plays this card, man? This is wild. This is the game to pull it off, and it's just not. I'm absolutely disgusted, guys. This is heartbreaking, man. I cannot believe it. Would have had us 10 damage on the dot. Ay, ay, ay. Do we name Angelic Destiny? I mean, he does get to just keep returning that to his hand. Kind of wild, honestly. I'm not too worried about his creatures because we do have some board wipes. This might sound crazy. I think we're just going to get rid of this Angelic Destiny. Opponent is highlighting Rise of Sozin. He could definitely have a Get Lost, so this isn't your traditional mono-white life gain deck. Props to the opponent for playing that card. It is a cool card for sure. It's just, I could not believe it. Also had to sack all of our permanents. Ay, ay, ay. Day of Black Sun. See, so that one can remove creatures, and we have plenty of mana, so I'm 100% just going to name Angelic Destiny. You do not need any more of that one. Flanker. Cauldron, that's interesting. Wow, target creature gains indestructible. Ah, this opponent. Of course, that is literally the only copy of that card that he plays. Oh my goodness, guys, that is a tilter beyond belief. Put a +1 on a creature. I think we go for... You know what? Let's just get the Viper down. We're going to submit 0, take 3. I think that's fine. I think that is fine. Wow, he's going to put a +1 on that one. So it would gain 4. That's fine. Opponent might choose to lose some life. He has a ton of life to work with. The Indestructible won't matter actually with Day of Black Sun because Indestructible is a type of ability, and Day of Black Sun says they lose all abilities, so... Opponent might be looking to discard a card. Soul Cauldron does get rid of the Soul Cauldron. That's interesting. Flanker is 3 mana to flash that one in. All right, yeah, we're also losing Rise of Sozin. It's becoming a creature this turn. And opponent is probably... I don't know what the opponent's going with. 3 damage right there. Stock up. Creature. Mana value 3. 5 damage, yikes. I think we just pulled the trigger on this one for X equals 3. But I think we can go with stock up first. Yeah, we do need to find a land, which we do. We'll take this one. And honestly, I guess just another deadly cover-up. Play this land, Day of Black Sun for 3 mana. Wipe the board, and then the Rottenmouth Viper can go ahead and attack. And I think the opponent... I mean, they're not cooked, but... I'm so sad, guys. We totally had the win with Rise of Sozin with Mirrorform, but... where is that one card? This one of in the opponent's deck would have had us on the dot. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it, but I think we'll be able to get this one now. I don't think the opponent's too happy. Took 8 damage right there. Gonna get down the flanker. Could even get down another Rottenmouth Viper. And then I think we just have the opponent then. There's the Vanguard. Can, of course, give it indestructible. Gonna flash in the flanker. Could give his... he's going to gain 2 life. Let's see, with Sozin, put any number of target creature cards. Okay. With... is that mana value? We do mana value 3. Alright, I think, yeah, the opponent's just super uber cooked right now. Because we're actually going to be able to attack with Firelord Sozin. You can give your creature +1, but Grim Bauble gives it -2, so indestructible will not save your creature. That will not save your creature. And then, so don't play it, opponent. Good on you for not playing it. And then we're just going to attack with everyone. We get Firebending 3. We definitely will pay X, where X will be 3. I don't think he has any 4 mana creatures. Opponent, I think, has to discard and sack this creature. Now, discard and lose, I think, 8 life, and then with this one, block this creature right here. Yeah, so opponent did get it correct. And that's whenever he deals combat damage. So opponent's going down to 8, and they're just in top deck mode. He has no hasty creatures. Opponent might think maybe he draws something to give his creature +2. That's pretty funny, but my friend, we're going to take action. We're going to pay, we'll pay 4 just to be safe. And give me this creature, this creature, this creature, and... oh, it's put any number? That is 100% my bad. Reading the card explains the card. I think we take Resplendent Angel, Healer's Pigeon, and... oh, it's total mana value less? Man, guys, I'm such a dunce. All right, it's fine, though. We'll take this one then. We'll take this one, and we'll take the Healer's Pigeon. Give me those 3 creatures. We're going to go ahead and gain some life. I should have definitely pumped that in for a lot more. How about another Rottenmouth Viper for good measure? How about another Rottenmouth Viper for good measure? And opponent, why couldn't you let us have the win with Rise of Sozin and Mirrorform? Why? Why? Well, we'll keep going, guys. All right, guys, we get to go first. This is a super expensive hand. I'll keep it, though. Get some Surveil on turn 1. Nice little Surveil. See what we're working with. Yeah, we'll ship a land for right now. Want to kind of find some permanence. This one's going to enter tapped, and this will be a struggle fest. I mean, it's the mono white enchantment deck. That is a big yikes. Yeah, there's the Optimistic Scavenger into a Ethereal Armor. No Ethereal Armor. That's nice. Opponent does get to discard or take some stuff from our graveyard. I don't mind too much about that. Bandit's Talent can go ahead and make them discard. And maybe he uses a Sheltered by Ghosts to get rid of it, even though, I mean, Sheltered by Ghosts gives a creature +1, and then Optimistic Scavenger can put a +1 on them as well, so that's pretty annoying. All right, this opponent definitely has Shard Mage's Rescue. That's what this stick is right here. That is what that stick is right there. So Grim Bauble would be kind of useless because he could save his creature. Nowhere to Run, of course, does get around the hexproof. And there it is. Ethereal Armor. Creature's dealing at 4 damage. Well, he's attacking with both of them. Just those two, that's fine. Nothing to exile from our graveyard, at least. Watery Grave. I mean... yeah, we'll get down Watery Grave. And then next turn, we do have Deadly Cover-Up. Hello, Momo. The question is, do we survive for one more turn? I'm not sure. That's another Ethereal Armor. Oh, that's 9 damage. Okay, well, we're not dead. We are not dead. Ooh, Bandit's Talent will be nice next turn. Alright, remove those creatures. Shard Mage's Rescue does not save you, and Shard Mage's Rescue doesn't impact the board, really. Aye. Opponent. GG. Alright, guys. Opponent goes first. That is unfortunate, but I mean, Bandit's Talent on turn 2, and maybe even turn 3, make the opponent discard quite a bit. That is pretty nice. Opponent looking to be their own version of Mono Black, potentially. Potentially. No, they're also a Dimir gamer. I wonder, is it a mirror match with Mirrorform? Requiting Hex, nice card. Opponent shocks that one in, that is quite a bit. We will definitely get down another Bandit's Talent. There is a stick, so it could be a counterspell. Day of Black Sun, this is not the matchup for this one, which is unfortunate. No counterspell. Okay, I can dig it. Heartless Act. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and level this one up. Create 2 fairy tokens. Fine by me. Opponent does have 4 mana to work with. Oh, an Enduring Curiosity. Bro, this card is too good. For 4 mana, it does way too much. But opponent is all tapped out. I mean, Day of Black Sun doesn't really do anything for us. Would just be able to remove those 2. Still think we do it. Definitely doesn't need to be drawing 2 extra cards every turn. That's kind of wild. Opponent punches in. Gets to draw 1 card. Gets to surveil. He has his own Day of Black Sun and a Sleep Cursed Fae into another one. He does have 2 mana open. And we did draw Mirrorform. Oh, for 3. You know, guys, this might be a little bit crazy. I want to try and get a counterspell out of his hand. So we're going to do this for... I guess I didn't need to shock that one in, so I'm an idiot. We'll do it for 2. Well, might as well just do it for 1 then, right? Do it for 1. I kind of want to do it for 2, just in case he does have a counter spell. So this might seem a little bit weird, but I'm going to do it for 2, just in case he has a counter spell that says, like, pay 2. It'll quench you. No, opponent just lets that go. I mean, we might as well just level this one up then. Oh, and we only have 2 permanents on the battlefield. Opponent is keeping a lot of mana open, and they do get to draw a card. Well, he does put another creature on the battlefield. Oh, I'm just worried about a counter spell. I mean, we'll try it, but... Ooh, okay. Destroy those creatures. Gonna get rid of that one. Gain some life. When it goes with that fairy. Oh, Obsessive Pursuit. I'm pretty sure we can do this right at instant speed. Oh, there's a counter spell equal to the number of fairies you have. I think we're just gonna get rid of Enduring Curiosity right now. Let's hope he doesn't have any counter spells. Ooh, he has nothing in his hand, guys. Has Flash, Fairy. That one is when an opponent casts. Yeah, this, okay, Spell Stutter. Let's hope he doesn't draw that one. Is that literally his only one? That is his only counter spell. All right. All right. So we could go for Mirrorform right now. But that would only be for 2 permanents. So I'm going to do it like this. We will get this one down. Need to put a stop on our upkeep. Do get to Surveil. Not that that really helps us too much. Fountainport, we'll keep that one on top. And I'll get down Obsessive Pursuit. And yeah, we need to stop on our own upkeep. That's on the opponent's upkeep, right? I'm gonna put a stop on my upkeep. 2, 4, 5. All right, that would be 5 copies. All right, we have a stop on our upkeep right now. Take 1 damage right here, and let's just hope he did not draw the Spell Stutter. Please. I mean, that's hard. Put a +1. Ooh. So we're down to 5. Opponent gets to draw a card off that as well. Oh, guys, I'm worried. Dream Fairy. Well, I still think we die anyway, because I'm pretty sure these come in with an extra... They don't come in with a counter, so it will be just even the turn after that. All right, so that's unfortunate. All right, we'll have this one resolve. And then I think we're just going to go for this one right now. But yeah, we're just dead. Oh... Yeah, see, because they don't come in with any counters on them. Oh, okay. So we're not dead. Oh my gosh, guys, we might pull it off. I thought I had to wait a whole turn cycle. I thought I had to wait a whole turn cycle. All right, we'll be able to... 2, 4, 6. Oh, he does get to create those stupid fairies, though. Oh, no. I think we're just dead then, right? Because we have no way... Well, we could draw a... All right, Spell Stutter, we don't... Well, I think we will name Spell Stutter. And we need to draw a board wipe. We need to draw our own board wipe. Oh, and he has Restless Reef as well, though. Guys, I'll be the first to admit, this is a super jank deck. It is so hard to get this win off. Opponents, they just have the last few tiny things. Nowhere to run doesn't even save us, and we're not able to fully mill him out. All right, what are the cards that we can name? Bitter Bloombear, we know he had that one. So the High Fae Trickster, Target creature we don't care about. So 2 Bitter Blooms. The High Fae Trickster is the next one to name. High Fae Trickster. That one. That one. The Fae Bloom Trick can create one. Alion's Messenger. Fae Bloom Trick we'll go ahead and name. Yeah, guys, it doesn't even matter. Sleep Cursed Fae is the last creature card in his library. So I know that this is a big ask, but if he were not able to get these creatures on the battlefield, and if he did not have Restless Reef, we would have won. And I mean, I know if ends and buts give us all candies and nuts. Did he have another Restless Reef? Yeah, he did. Yeah, so we've literally taken everything out of his deck that can finish us off. It's just he was able to get a Restless Reef down and one of those, so. Oh, guys, so close. Yet so far away. All right, opponent, come on. I'm going out on my own terms. Oh. Guys, that's a heartbreaker. That is a heartbreaker for Xiao. All right, guys, opponent gets to go first. We can keep this hand. It's maybe not the best hand. Chocobo, we will definitely need some removal. Definitely don't need another swamp. We have plenty of lands. Terminus of Return can also be a land for us as well. So Rise of Sozin is pretty nice. So you know what? We will just get this one down. And then we can get Multiversal into a stock up. Look for some... I mean, it has to be a kill spell. This one can be blue. And it enters tapped. Oh, are we just dead? I guess we can get Cryogen. We already have a Rise of Sozin. Maybe just a Spyglass Siren then. Another Mossborn Hydra? Dude. Alright, guys. Well, 2-4. We do have Rise of Sozin next turn. Okay. Grim Bauble is also nice, but he might be able to have a Snakeskin Veil, so we're just going to tap this one. We do get to draw a card, and... oh, we still have... maybe he doesn't have a Snakeskin Veil. Ooh, guys, this was a massively clutch. Holy Toledo's. All right, opponent's probably going to scoop it up right now, which is a little tiny bit unfortunate. Let's hope he doesn't, though. Nice, juicy Rise of Sozin. Please, opponent, don't scoop it up. You nearly got us. All right, and then next turn we can drop Bandit's Talent and Spyglass Siren, and then the turn after that we can hit them with the Mirrorform. Oh my goodness, guys. You love it. You absolutely love when that happens, don't you? I know you guys do. Top 13 cards, he found 3 of his Mossborn Hydras. That is honestly insane. All right, where's that stupid Chocobo? Saz's Chocobo? He only plays 2 of them. Ouroboros, of course. Badgermole Cub. Hunter's Talent. That doesn't win it for them. Little Elf. All right, no cards that give him Indestructible. So, as sad as this is, land pumps that one up to 4. Whenever one or more. All right, guys, this might be an insane risk right now, but I think we are going to go with Bandit's Talent. He does have to discard the forest, so there is actually a chance that maybe he doesn't even find a forest, and he just gets 1 land for turn. Create the token, and we say end the turn. And then before Rise of Sozin flips, we will get to create a bunch of copies of it. Draw a card, that's fine. Yeah, because that one does go up to 4, and that's what we were worried about. All right, we're taking 5 damage, so we're down to 3 HP. All right, that's fine. You can pump that guy up as much as you want. You can pump that guy up as much as you want. He doesn't have trample. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I guess we're losing the Spyglass Siren. That is unfortunate. He's just attacking with that one. I'll take 4 damage all day, every day. Just because this one being a copy of Rise of Sozin is pretty nice. All right, guys, and then it's our turn. Before that flips, we are going to Mirrorform all of our permanents into Rise of Sozin. We're going to our main phase, put a counter on this one, and that one, and that one, and that one. Go ahead and wipe the board, and then the turn after that, 5 copies. This one gets to name some cards right now. We know he's basically out of Mossborn Hydra, so take 4 creatures out right there. Ouroboros is, of course, a big one. He has no more Chocobos. And then, so yeah, this Sozin right now is going to Chapter 2. All of these are popping off in Chapter 1. This one's going into Chapter 2. We'll go ahead and name Ouroboros. And then the turn after that, these 5, that is 20 creatures we could remove. I don't think he was playing 20 creatures remaining. I mean, we'd name Scavenging Ooze, Badgermole Cub. Honestly, I forgot what other creatures he was playing, but there was no way that it was 20 more. So yeah, I'm counting that, guys. We got him, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. All right, guys, we got to go first. This is shaping up to be a really, really, really nice hand. Spyglass Siren into, I think, the Terminus, honestly. Yeah, into the Terminus, because next turn we'll be able to flash in Nowhere to Run, get rid of their little Badgermole Cub, and play a Bandit's Talent. I'm going to go ahead and make them discard. And then when we do get up to 5 mana, we can wipe the board. So then we just need to find our Rise of Sozin and our Mirrorform. Forgot the name for a second. Ooh, Zookeeper. He might be playing with a Tanuk. Warp speed ahead. Did find the land drop. We do have double black. We don't need blue, so Bandit's Talent. Gonna go ahead and make you discard. Gonna go ahead and make you discard, buddy. And then Tanuk is 4, and then it's 3 mana to warp stuff out. Ooh, we got rid of 2 lands. That is... I'm super happy about that, I'll be honest. And we'll get rid of this card right here. And we know the opponent won't be attacking with those little elves. I'm pretty sure he's playing with Tanuk, and I think the opponent's just going to scoop it up when we hit him with the Deadly Cover-Up. No, it's just a Badgermole Cub. Alright, that's fine. 6 mana to work with is a lot. Oh, so Ouroboros. Yeah, this opponent is just going to scoop it up really, really quickly. Well, might as well save 2 life. And we do have to shock this one in. Yeah, shock it in. Get him out of here. We'll hit him with the...
That's rough, buddy.
That's rough, buddy. Hopefully he stays, but nah, opponent scooped it up, yeah. Dominated. Domination. Hey there, neighbor. Welcome to the post-game wrap, and boy, oh boy, those were some really, really funny games that we got. Full disclosure, do not craft this deck. It is really, really janky. The way that you win is, of course, with Rise of Sozin, trying to mill out the opponent, and it's not even strictly mill. You just take out all the threats from their library if they're playing a more traditional deck where they don't have a million creature cards like that one opponent. But yeah, the way that we're able to get so many copies of Rise of Sozin transformed with Mirrorform is thanks to all of these permanents right here in the 2 and 1 mana slot, which just works so well. Spyglass Siren creates the map token. I've been over this in the deck intro. Obsessive Pursuit is probably the best one. I did go down 1 copy of Obsessive Pursuit and I think 1 copy of Deadly Cover-Up just to go up 2 copies of Day of Black Sun because, I mean, Badgermole Cub deck and a few Goblin decks as well. They play a lot of creatures with 2 mana, which then you need X equals 4, which then that does get rid of all creatures with mana value 2 or less. And they do lose all abilities, so Indestructible, they lose that ability. So you're able to remove the board then as well. So I think that was better than 3 copies of Deadly Cover-Up and Obsessive Pursuit, even though Obsessive Pursuit probably is the best permanent because it creates those clue tokens turn after turn. Just the only downside with Obsessive Pursuit is you do lose 1 life every single turn for that. And this is a really, really slow deck. We don't really have any creatures to block. I mean, Spyglass Siren can block for us, but it's just a 1/1. You have a little bit of removal with nowhere to run and Grim Bauble. But yeah, you're really hoping to kind of ramp, and it's pseudo ramp with Terminus of Return, into a Deadly Cover-Up, and then eventually into Rise of Sozin. And I mean, you kind of needed to have Mirrorform in your hand as well, because Rise of Sozin, you play right away, destroy all creatures, and then on Chapter 2, you get to look at the opponent's hand. You can put a stop on your upkeep, which is what you should do. You should put a stop on your upkeep, so before this one flips on Chapter 3, because Chapter 3, the Rise of Sozin disappears and it becomes Firelord Sozin, so then if you were to go with Mirrorform, you would actually get Firelord Sozin, the creature, who is legendary, and the legend rule goes into effect, so that would be just completely wasted. So before you transform this one on your upkeep, I think I did it in all my games, you want to transform it then. So yeah, full disclosure, do not craft it. It is super janky, but I hope you guys did enjoy those games. They were really funny. I had a few games as well where, yeah, the opponent just scoops it up after you hit them with like a Nowhere to Run and then Day of Black Sun and then Deadly Cover-Up, which, you know, I don't blame them. If you're playing a creature heavy deck and, you know, the opponent just goes removal into removal into removal, that is pretty annoying to play against. But yeah, we just need to stay alive into the late game where we can win with this combo here as well. I don't think we pulled off the combo with the Rottenmouth Viper, but that is because this is just a 2-of in our deck. But I definitely think that if you wanted to make a more competitive version of this deck, which I will definitely be doing in the future, just because Mirrorform is a really fun card to play with. Card art looks sick as well. They really hit it out of the park with this Lorwyn Eclipse set, also the art for the set. But yeah, this is such a fun card that I will definitely be building with it in the future as well. And I could definitely see a win condition with the Rottenmouth Viper. You guys can imagine that you kind of just win the game instantly if we had the 9 permanents like that one game. And instead of Rise of Sozin, if we hit them with the Rottenmouth Viper, that's just a win right there. But there's a few other win conditions that you can pull off with it as well. And what I really like about Mirrorform is it is instant speed against that mono white life gain deck. Again, they weren't playing a traditional version. They had that Angelic Destiny, would have had us 10 damage on the dot, so we had to pull the Mirrorform. That absolutely broke my heart because, yeah, we weren't able to get the combo off on that turn, but Mirrorform being at instant speed and being able to copy the opponent's creatures is actually also really nice as well. So, yeah, like I said, I know a lot of people are playing with Mirrorform. I wanted to go with this really janky one to start with, and in the future we'll have more competitive versions of this one as well. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy those games, which I think you probably would have because they were a lot of fun, please consider subscribing. It does help me out tremendously. Go ahead and leave a like and any comments down below of any Lorwyn Eclipse cards you would like to see me play in the future. And I'm just going to end it like I always end it. I love you guys. Peace out.